Thank you all for volunteering for Bike to the Beach as we strive to make a difference for the millions affected by autism. Our volunteers have been critical to our past success, and today you guys will be a big part of our success and rider happiness. After you open the bin, the first step is to start setting up your rest stop. Take the tent and set it up in 10 by 10 fashion with the banner from inside the bin going across the tent with zip ties to keep it up. You'll also have the tent tables to set up. Please set up 2 to 3 tables with tablecloths inside the container. The first things to identify after you open your bin are the items that help start to open your rest stop. As mentioned before, first items to find are the banners and the zip ties to hang your banner along the back of your tent. Next, you should find the tablecloths to put on top and lay out across your tables. Next, and most importantly, is our rest stop binder and cue cards that we will go through for rider safety and information. Inside the binder, you'll find critical information for our ride day success. I want to quickly walk you through the different documentation that you will find. The first is general rest stop information. The location of your rest stop, the rest stop captain, the items that you'll find there, when to expect your first rider, the last rest stop, the last rider, and when you can close down your rest stop. The next sheet is important numbers. It has all the staff information that you need for the day, from event director to dispatch to the other rest stops along the route. Third, you'll find a rest stop checklist. This tells you all of the items that you need to do before your rest stop opens, the critical items while your rest stop is in progress, and the last couple items as you try to close up the rest stop. Along with that, you'll find social media information for the day and nutritional information for our plan for our rider success. After that, you'll find forms to fill out throughout the day. The first of that is the rider check-in list. That will be located in the front pocket of your binder. It's important that as riders come through, you cross off their number on the rider list. That helps us track our riders throughout the day, their progress and their safety. You'll also see a data collection form. That data has what time do you actually see your first rider? When did your rest stop get busy? What were items that you could have used more of? That helps us plan for future Bike to the Beaches so that we can be efficient with our volunteers and provide everything for our rider experience. Third, you'll find a rest stop inventory. That has all of the items that you have inside of your bin and the equipment that you have. That way you can note if you have too much or too little of any items that we can move around throughout the ride day. And at the end of the event, as you close down your rest stop, we'll ask you to note how much you have left of each item so that we can track our inventory and better plan for the future. Along with that, you'll find a reimbursement form. The reimbursement form will help us cover for you any expenses that you incur along the day, from snacks to gas, to ice, or anything else that you need throughout. The next section of the binder is very important. It's items to hand out and place out during the ride. The first of those is the point-to-point cue sheets. These are quarter-size cue sheets that have the directions to the next rest stop on the front and any maps of any difficult areas on the back. That way, as our riders leave, they don't have to worry about a million directions, just the ones that they need right then. Please help them note and find these and make sure you're handing them throughout the day. In the section of handouts, we also have full-page version of these quarter cues for you to lay out on tables to make it easier for your riders to identify what's coming up. The next section of the binder is rider information. You'll find rider lists with basic rider info, along with their names, rider number, contact information, and any concerns or notes that we have for you about them throughout the day. And we also have the total cue sheets, the directions for the entire ride. That way, if any rider loses them throughout the day, has any questions about where riders are going or where they came from, you can reference those to help them identify where they are and where they're going. The next two sections are volunteer information. That has our general volunteer information for Bike to the Beach. Everything from who we have in the office to ride day to our chase cars. It has the standards and protocols that we expect to be upheld throughout the event. The final section is our emergency information. That has our crisis plan, hospital list, inclement weather plan, and incident report. In the case of an emergency, please call 911 immediately. After that, please follow up and let the event director know. As you do that, you should note the hospital that is closest to your location and be prepared to fill out an incident report about what occurred on the scene and how the quick response was. After you've read through the rest stop binder, it's important that you start to lay out and prepare the food for our riders to consume throughout the day. Hopefully by this point, you've already filled up a cooler with ice cold water. That is the most critical part of our nutrition plan. Our riders need to stay hydrated throughout the day, so please make sure that you get it on ice as soon as you can. For food and nutrition, we have performance items from Power Bar, Honey Stinger, and a number of other companies. We will also have snack items, things like Cheez-Its, Goldfish, Nature Valley bars, or Chewy bars. Along with those, your rest stop may have a specialty item. These are typically perishable items, things like sandwiches, bagels, pizza, and bananas. Please make sure that they are laid out in the appropriate fashion to start the day so that they are easy for our riders to consume and quick for them to grab in their hands. In your bin, you'll also find items for rider consumption and cleanliness. But first you'll see are cups that can be used for any rider that does not feel like using their water bottle to get water. They can also be used for any specialty items at your stop, such as food or smoothies. We also have paper plates, knives, and forks. Certain rest stops will have fruit or other items that should not be laid out on tablecloths. For sanitation purposes, please put them on paper plates. We have trash bags to help clean the general area, and paper towels and body wipes to help keep the riders clean and refreshed from stop to stop. You'll also find gloves. Please make sure that you put on the gloves whenever you are preparing perishable foods or directly touching anything a rider may consume. Also make sure that you put on the gloves in case of any medical emergency where you may come in contact with bodily fluids of a rider. At the rest stop, we'll also have things for bike care and rider safety. Each stop will have a bike pump. Please remind the riders throughout the day to check their tire pressure. Tire pressure is critical to prevent riders from getting flat tires. In the case of a flat tire, we have spare bike tubes at each rest stop, along with tire irons to help them change their tire. Occasionally, you may have a rider come in that changed their tube throughout the course. In the case that they ran out of bike tubes, feel free to give them a backup one to ensure their safety to the next stop. We also have sunscreen provided at most rest stops. We have spray-on and rub-on lotion. Please make sure to offer that to the riders to keep them safe and away from sun damage throughout the day. Finally, we have first aid kits at each rest stop. Band-aids, bandages, gauze, and ice packs. Please use your discretion for any rider in need. As you prepare your rest stop, please keep in mind having a rest stop theme and bring along anything that you think will provide energy to the rest stop. Any theme that you can come up with, decorations for the stop, and music that you can play throughout the day really add to the personal experience of Bike to the Beach that brings out the best in our community. You'll also find at your rest stop certain items provided by our sponsors, such as banners, food items, or extra equipment. If you see any of these items, please make sure to put up the banners and use the equipment appropriately. After the last rider has passed through your rest stop, a SAG trail car, which is the last vehicle on our route, should appear at your rest stop. At that time, please begin breaking down your rest stop. Pick up all the trash in the surrounding area and try to leave your rest stop location cleaner than you found it, disposing of the trash bags at either a dumpster on site or taking to the nearest place that you can dispose of them. After you've done that, please break down all of the equipment. The tent should be placed neatly back in its bag, the banner taken down, placed in the bin, tables, chairs, and trash cans all stacked for our equipment company to come and pick them up. All of the items that you found in the bin should be placed back in the bin. As you place the binder in the bin, please make sure that you have filled out all of the forms in section 2 of the binder, including our rider checklist, data collection form, and inventory. After you have placed the binder in the bin, please begin putting all of the food and hard items into the bin. This includes performance foods and snack items. Full boxes can be placed in whole, but also make sure that you place individual items back in the bins. Specialty perishable items, such as fruit, sandwiches, or pizza, should be moved along to a further rest stop along the route, donated to a local charity, or taken home by the volunteers. Please make sure that you also inventory and put away all of our hard items, including first aid kits, sunscreen, bike tires, tubes, and other items used by our riders throughout the day. After you have successfully put all of the items into the bins, The SAG vehicle will take the gray bin from the site. All water, equipment, tables, chairs should be left on site for our equipment vendor to pick up.